Hey everybody, Spooky Marshmallow here. And before I begin today's video, which is going to be the top 5 popular superstitions, I ask that you please bear with me. I've been dealing with a summer cold, and so my voice is not like it should be. Um, so please bear with me on that. I know it's not COVID. I don't have a fever. I'm not having trouble breathing. I can taste, I can smell. It's just your run-of-the-mill summer cold. So, also, one other thing I would like to mention, and I'm not affiliated with them, I haven't been paid to say this or whatever, I just think they have some really awesome products, and you should check them out, and that is teepublic.com, teepublic.com. I got this really spooky, cute shirt from them. Absolutely love it. So give them a check out. And I believe this shirt was fairly inexpensive. Like, I want to say it was less than $20. Might have been 20. I can't remember because it's been a little bit since I actually got it. But definitely give them a check out. They are awesome. Okay, so let's get to today's video. So today is one of my favorite days. It is Friday the 13th. Yay! Okay, so I am going to talk about the top 5 popular superstitions, and I'm going to break them down and kind of give a brief overview of what has made them so superstitious. And there are a ton of superstitions out there, and there are some that I did not mention, like, for example, the one that is step on a crack, you break your mother's back. I didn't put that in my list, but I remember that as a kid. And so there's tons of them out there. If there's one that you can think of that I have not mentioned here, leave it down in the comments section below, because I would like to read it, and so would a lot of other people too. All right, so let's get to today's topic. So the first one on my list is breaking a mirror is said to bring 7 years bad luck. So I don't know about you, but I am a superstitious person, and I have tried throughout my entire life to be extremely careful and not break any mirrors, but it's happened a couple of times, and it's really hard to say if I had 7 years bad luck, because 7 years is a long time to like sit and record, like, did something bad happen to me? Like, can I attribute that to breaking a mirror? Like, I'm not paranoid. So it's kind of hard to say if this one is true or not, once again, but here is a brief overview of why this was made so superstitious, okay? The Greeks believed that one's reflection on the surface of a pool of water revealed one's soul. But it was Roman artisans who actually learned to manufacture mirrors from polished metal surfaces, and they believed their gods observed souls through those devices, which totally makes sense, because, like, if you've ever watched like Jason and the Argonauts, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, the gods were watching, they were like scrying through the water and stuff. That makes a lot of sense. To damage a mirror was considered so disrespectful that people thought it compelled the gods to rain bad luck on anyone so careless. That would make sense. If you believed that your gods are watching you through a mirror or a pool of water, and especially the mirror, and you break that connection with a god, yeah, not too good. So that's where the breaking of the mirror is said to bring 7 years bad luck. Around the 3rd century, mirrors were being made from glass, and breakage became a lot more commonplace. But the Romans did not believe that the ensuing bad luck would last forever. They believed that the body renewed itself every 7 years. That's where the 7 years comes from. They believed that every 7 years your body changed, you were enlightened every 7 years, kind of like you were reborn again every 7 years. So that's where the 7 came from. The number 13. There were 13 people at the Last Supper. And in case you missed the first connection, it's believed that Judas, the disciple who betrayed Jesus Christ, was the 13th man to take his place at the table. Jesus was crucified on a Friday. There's where your Friday the 13th comes from. Opening an umbrella while indoors. My mom was a big one on this one. Oh, holy heck. You did not open an umbrella in the house. Period. According to Reader's Digest, the superstition might have stemmed from a belief that opening an umbrella indoors away from the sun's rays would anger the sun god and generate negative consequences. Thus, the superstition arose as a deterrent to opening umbrellas indoors. So you don't want to make the sun god upset. Okay. Walking under a ladder. That was another one. Like, I was raised where you avoided walking under a ladder as much as you possibly could. And I still do that to this day. But it's an unconscious thing. Like, if I see ladders and stuff like that, I just, because it's in me, like, I just automatically walk around them. If I see someone walk under it, I'm just like, oh no, they're like, I freak out a little bit inside every time I see someone do that. Okay, and here's why this is not a good thing. Many Christians believe in the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. This belief made the number 3 sacred in early times, and along with it, the triangle. A ladder leaning up against a wall forms the shape of a triangle, and walking through it would be seen as breaking the Trinity. A crime seen as blasphemous, as well as potentially attracting the devil. Others believe that a ladder against a wall resembles a gallows, which I never thought of that before. Ladders used to be propped up to allow the person being hanged to climb high enough to get to the rope. Definitely not very lucky. Yet a third theory involves the Egyptian belief that if you walk under a ladder, you might accidentally see a god climbing up or down. If you do walk under a ladder, can you reverse your ill fortune? Good question. Richard Webster, author of the book The Encyclopedia of Superstitions, lists 5 remedies you could try. And here's the 5 remedies in case you accidentally or cannot avoid walking under a ladder. Make a wish while you're walking under the ladder. Walk backwards through the ladder again. And that's the one I was always taught. If you do walk under a ladder, walk backwards underneath it again, and that will reverse the bad luck. Put your thumb between your index and middle fingers as you walk under the ladder. Warning, this is called the fig sign, and depending where you are in the world, can be seen as a mildly obscene gesture. That's hilarious. Say bread and butter as you walk under the ladder, which I've heard that one as well. And cross your fingers and keep them crossed until you see a dog. I don't understand that one, but okay, whatever. Another talked about remedy is to spit on your shoe. But don't look at your shoe until the spit has dried. That's disgusting. Or spit 3 times between the rungs of the ladder. It seems easier to just avoid the ladder altogether. Yeah. I'm not going to be doing any spitting. No. All right. And the last one, and this one's one of my favorites, and this one was another one of my mom's biggest superstitions. And it happened to her a lot, which is really weird because it was like the biggest fear for her. Like, as far as superstitions go, she hated this one. And that is a black cat crossing one's path. In the Middle Ages in Europe, black cats were often associated with witches. They still are in today's society. In the 1560s in Lincolnshire, England, on a moonless night, a father and son were traveling when a black cat crossed their path. They pelted the cat with rocks until the poor animal fled into the home of a woman who at the time was being accused of being a witch. Well, thank God they didn't kill it. The next day, the father and son saw the woman who lived in the house. She was limping and bruised. So they assumed witches could turn into black cats. Pardon me. Oh, witches could turn into black cats at night to roam around unobserved. This belief spread to the USA with the first settlers and was held firmly during the Salem witch trials. Which makes sense, but, I mean, yeah. That's just a little out there, but whatever. But wouldn't that mean that they were shapeshifters? I don't understand how, for that one, how just a black cat. I mean, because, they believed that witches were shapeshifters, right? So why wouldn't it be like any animal for that matter? I guess just because that one father and son started that whole thing, that whole rumor, I guess, because they just thought that they were pelting the witch when it really probably was really a cat and the witch had nothing to do with it, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so that was my top 5 popular superstitions. So, like I said before, if you know of any that I did not list here today and you know the explanation, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. Or even if you don't know the explanation, you just know what the superstition is and you know that you're not supposed to do it. Leave it down in the comment section below. I would love to read them, and so would a lot of other people. Share your knowledge with us, please. So that's going to do it for today's video because my throat is really, really dry and I feel like I have to cough again, and that's just gross. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up for today's video. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up down in the section below, and please subscribe to this channel, and you will see more content like this in the near future. This is Spooky Marshmallow saying, stay spooky, my friends.
This has been a Fluffy Puppy presentation.